you very much. Okay, so let me just move this down a second. Okay, any questions about intensifiers?
Andy?
Yeah.
So is it, in order to be sort of polite and kind of humble when we speak, is it more common that you would say it's not difficult? So we would take these difficult ones and turn them into like a negative version rather than say it's easy?
It really depends on the situation, really. You don't have to make them negative in order to sound modest or polite. But at the same time, you shouldn't, what was I going to say? If you wanted to say, for example, if you wanted to say that something is easy to eat, it sounds funny if you say "kore wa tabe nikuku nai desu," to use negative and then change to take a negative type, a difficult one, and then make it negative. It sounds kind of like you're being. It sounds like you've swallowed a dictionary, basically. Better to just say "tabe yasui desu." If, of course, you have to translate somebody saying it's not difficult to eat, then you have to do this.
Right.
Yeah. And
right.
In fact, in the exercise we're going to do now, I'm going to ask you to do this negation just as an exercise. But
right.
Usually you'd say if something is easy to do. I see your point. If you
Maybe
were doing,
for things where we're doing skills ourselves or something.
right?
You know?
Yeah. I don't think it really matters too much, to be honest.
Okay.
Better to probably speak more directly and just say something is easy to do. Yeah. Yanis, do you want to do a sound check? No, it's really. It's got really bad white noise in the background.
It's very stormy weather in Greece.
There could be a cell phone too near the microphone. I think that's the problem.
Is it? Yanis
have a cell phone too near her.
Okay. Yanis, is your cell phone next to your computer, next to your microphone? Yeah, Yanis, is your cell phone next to your computer? Oh, gone. Okay, that's all. That's solved that problem. Any other questions on intensifiers, ladies and gents?
Yeah, just looking. So you said we would be adding. So you're taking the mas off. So like the first example, ikimasu would be ikimayasu.
Sorry, Yanis, it's still bad. No, you don't need the mas at all.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Ikiyasui, for example.
Ikiyasui. Oh, right, yeah. So, yeah, ikiyasui. Right, okay.
And then, of course, because you're now describing something, the sentence should finish with des to say it is easy or difficult to do.
Ikiyasui desu.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's try some examples. I'm going to just copy these off the screen and put them onto a whiteboard. Yanis, remember the good old days when it sounded like you were underwater when you joined our sessions? It sounds like that now.
I don't know.
Now there's not so much noise, but you're really quiet. Now there's noise. Yeah. I'll tell you what, we can all put some money together, we can buy you a new laptop.
Facebook crowdfunding.
Exactly. Let's do it. Let's do it. Every time you do 100 saburi, you have to put €1 into Yanis's new laptop fund. If you're waiting for me to do it, then this might take you until the year 3000 to complete it.
So,
okay,
Andy.
Yeah.
With that ikiyasui.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean easygoing, then, does it? It means the going was easy.
It was easy to go. It's easy to get to. Yeah.
Suddenly I've created easygoing by myself.
So that means what? That's yasashi. Yasashi means easygoing.
Yeah, I saw that, and then I thought, if I was being literal here, Iki Yasui, I sounds like, oh, that's easy, and that's go. I've made easy going. No,
If you say somebody is ikiyasui, I'm pretty sure that's a horrible insult, actually. This person goes easily.
Yeah.
Do they now?
Do they now? Yeah.
Okay, right. So let's do some examples. So those of you who are in the advanced class, I'm going to give you more difficult ones to do. So Konstantina, Effie, and Yari, and Tobe, brace yourselves. But we'll start with Tachi. Polish is difficult to say or speak.
포란다고 와
Porandogo
하나세 야수이?
So you don't have to put this into the potential form. You can leave it in the mass form. So not hanase, but she.
하나시 야수이.
Yes, good. And then we have to finish the sentence
Yes.
with des. Excellent, good.
Yes.
Let me jump to Luke, as you're an expert on Belgium. Luke, Belgium is easy to get to, especially if you live there.
Igirisu
Igirisu?
Oh, did I? Berugi ga ikiyasui desu.
Ikiyasui desu. Yeah, good. Good. Konstantina, how about this one down here? It was easy to get home at 8 p.m. after rush hour had finished. Why do I have to get the hard ones?
You know, I was coming on Thursday just for an easy going, not brain damage. No.
That's like turning up to the dojo and saying, I've just come down to do a little bit of easy Iaido. So
That's never gonna happen.
Oh, isn't that what we should be doing? Oh, sorry.
No. There's no such thing.
Okay, so it was easy to get home at 8 p.m. after rush hour had finished. Oh, Jesus Christ, I need to find out which one needs to go first. Easy to get home. To get home is to arrive?
To actually go home.
To go home, iku. Okay.
Not iku, but what's going home?
Dekiru is to go to part from home.
To return.
To return. Kairu?
Kairu, yes,
Kairu.
good.
Yasui, imasu, yasui. Okay. Yasui kata. That's the part I need to remember for later.
Okay, that's the easy part done actually.
Yes. That's why I said
the rest of it, it's difficult.
After Tsugi, Tsugi ras hour. How do you say ras hour?
Roshu.
Rashu.
Isn't it Sukin Rush? Sukin Rush?
You could people just say Rosh.
As one word, rush hour as one word.
Yeah, just Rosh.
Okay. Hachi ji.
Good.
Gogo, is it the PM?
If you just say Hachi, yeah, let's do Gogo. Right.
Okay, because I never used it, I would like to. Rashi.
Like that.
Watara.
Watara. Good.
Ueni. Okay, Ieni. Why? Ieni. Iki. Kairiyasu kata desu.
That's very good. Excellent. Hachi gogo rosh ga owattara ie ni kairiyasukatta desu. Really good. Well done.
It's Rasu. Rasu.
Rasu.
Yeah.
Is it
RASSHU.
SSHU. Thank you. Rashu. Thank you.
Andy, is there a way I can get in my brain when looking at it in Romanji, the difference between ie as in and as in
No.
no and house?
Ie is house and ie is no. Yeah. Ie.
Ah.
Yeah. And to be honest, so let me ask my senior group here, how many times do we use the word ie in our class?
Never.
No, I don't think we've ever used it, have we?
Mm.
And it not
Maybe
intentionally.
once.
Maybe once, yeah. It's
Yeah.
really no, I mean, in Japan it's quite rare to hear ie, and we never use it, do we?
Mhm.
No.
You don't also say chigaimasu.
Well, it depends if you're in the dojo or not.
Very, very rare.
I think we said early that it's rarely used, and we describe it in other ways.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
I must have been doing something
Yada.
wrong, and
Yeah.
people said it to me a lot.
Who said it to you?
Just joking.
Ah.
People said it to me a lot. Yeah.
I mean, usually they would say, like Toba said, there's other ways of expressing the negative. You would actually say, for example, if you said, does this train go to Tokyo? And if the answer is no, the other person won't normally say ie. They'll say ikimasen. Mm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Similarly, actually, they'll quite rarely say hai by itself. They would say either just ikimasu, it does go, or hai ikimasu.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's quite rare to just say hai by itself.
Can I make a very quick question?
Sure.
For my sentence, because we didn't use the tsugi for, should we use it to make sure that we're saying after the rush hour?
You use the kara for
So this makes it more, I was thinking that
Yeah.
I need to put even that. Okay.
but you said tsugi. This is next
Tsugi.
rather than after.
Okay.
So you could say
But
rush
you can use yoru.
No, this is what she's talking about.
後で
Yoru no hachiji.
No, this is not what Constantine is asking.
Okay.
Here, this could be rashu no ato de is also fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Andy,
But the water is
Otter is fine. It's easy, isn't it? Yeah. Sandy.
yeah, just quick with the kaire yasukata.
Kairi yasukata.
Yeah. So obviously you haven't put desta at the end of
Correct.
that. So
Yeah.
so would that be like making a double past?
It's that all e adjectives, and this includes these ones. These are all e adjectives are inflected, i.e., their tense or polarity is indicated by the adjective itself, not by des. So this means, for example, you can say atsui des, it's hot. If you want to say it's not hot, this is atsukunai des. It was hot, atsukatta des. And it was not hot, atsukunakatta des. So the des doesn't change. It's just a kind of what's the word? It's an artifact of Japanese language that the e adjective is indicated by the adjective itself. Yeah, it's kind of weird from a European language perspective, but
Yeah,
I'm sure there's lots of things we do which is also weird.
So Atsui desu is wrong.
It doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
Doesn't it need to be a noun when you use deshta?
Basically, yeah. You only change des into deshta and dewa arimasen deshita if you're talking about a na adjective or a noun, like you said. Yeah.
Just another quick question, Angie. So because we're using kaeru, if we left out ie ni, we would be understood that we were going back.
Yeah, actually, this is kind of redundant. This would be best, actually. Yeah. Okay. Effie, small pills are easy to swallow.
What?
What?
So can I use kusuri for pills or just peel? Is there a word for peel?
Let's find out, shall we?
Yeah.
I think there is a word for pill, actually. I think we had this question before.
Use piru.
Piru?
Yeah.
Piru.
Although that's birth control.
Oh.
That's contraceptive.
Very specific. Okay.
Yeah.
God.
Josei.
Josei.
Yeah.
Josei. Peel. So and swallow.
So there's a well, it's actually nomu, but
okay, you're drinking it then.
Well, no, you see, it's here's the problem. Hang on.
A different kanji.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, nomu, and also nomu. Oh no, it's just those two. Yeah. So this is the character for swallowing, and this is the one for drinking.
To drink.
Yeah.
A small question there with the kanji. Sure. Is it tabe in the beginning of the name?
These are both. Oh, this one. Oh, it is. Yeah. This.
It is
here. Oh. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Let me just write it in taberu. Yeah, it's there.
Okay. So small is chisai. Chisai josai ga. Nomiyasui desu.
Very good. Nomiyasui desu. Good. John. Let's go to the top where it's a bit easier. That's just an adjective one. My feet are difficult to wash.
Okay, and wash was
arau.
Arau.
Yeah.
Okay, so watashi no ashi wa araiyasui.
Very good.
Sorry, different to wash. Ari nikui desu.
Nikui desu. Good. Excellent. So one way, well, maybe one way to remember arau as being washed. The word for washroom in Japanese is o te arai. Oops, arai. O te arai. O te arai. Which means honorable hand. Okay. And then arai, wash. Wash your hands honorably. Okay.
I think I've seen that also as hand wash, like in some, like now that we're saying washing your hands is important and stuff, I also saw this as washing your hands, not washroom. Can it be?
Yeah, I mean, it literally means hand wash, but it means the toilets or the bathrooms in a restaurant, for example.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
not the action of washing your hands.
No. It means the washroom. Yeah. Literally, the toilet is toire, or toilet. But most people don't use this. They'd say o te arai. Where are the bathrooms? Where are the washrooms? Yeah.
It's like asking for lavatory instead of toilets.
Exactly. Yeah. And this fits my English sensitivities very well, because we don't like to use the word toilet. We would say, where is the bathroom? Where is the cloakroom?
Where's the bog?
I was about to say only English they're using lavatory.
The problem in the Netherlands, because if you ask a Dutch person in their house where is the bathroom or lavatory, they think you're going to wash your hands. They show you the kitchen.
It can be very awkward at dinner parties when you, yeah. Okay, good. Yari, it is easy to die if you drive quickly.
早く運転するなら死にやすいです。
Yes. 早く運転するなら死に
I also was thinking about shitara, but maybe this is better.
This is also, yeah, both are fine. Either, yeah. I think nada is better
Yeah,
because it's not completed yet. It's while
Yes,
you're
true,
driving. Yeah. Good. Tobe. Katakana is not difficult to write if you memorize hiragana.
Memorize. Oberu.
Oboeru.
Oboeru. Hiragana oboete.
Oboete.
Should be katana. Katakana.
Oh, done it again. That was, yeah, this must be in the slide. Katakana ne. Hey, there you go.
Katakana.
Katakana. Did it again. Katakana.
Ga. Kakiniku kunai desu.
Good. Kakiniku kunai desu ne. Kakiniku kunai desu. Hey. This looks like a conditional though.
Moshi hiragana o obetara.
Hiragana o oboetara.
Oboetara.
Yeah, good.
Oboetara.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. Sandy. Well, actually, you've already kind of done this one, so I'm going to ask you to do both of these.
Right.
The second one is just using an adverb. Ochazuke is easy to eat.
Ochazuke. What is ochazuke?
What? You probably ate loads of ochazuke when you were living in Japan. You just didn't realize.
Yeah. What was it?
It's rice gruel. It's rice with.
Oh
You
yeah.
have it in the morning. Rice with tea and pickles and wasabi. all mixed together.
Ochazuke.
Yeah.
Ochazuke. Ochazuke.
Ochazuke. Yeah.
Ochazuke.
Not ochazuke. Ochazuke.
Ochazuke.
Yeah.
Okay, ochazuke. Ochazuke ga.
Yeah.
Tabeyasui desu.
Very good. Okay. And this is just a random question. Ochazuke is often eaten in Japan. Or I should say, I eat ochazuke often in Japan.
Okay. Oh God, often. I always get. I've got tokidoki, which is sometimes.
Sometimes, good. Yeah.
But often. Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue, literally.
Can anybody help Sandy? John?
Futsu.
My nichi. No, that's.
John?
Futsu.
Yoku.
Yoku.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Okay. So, ochazuke, yoku. No.
So this needs to be marked with a particle.
Oh yeah. Ga.
If you're saying I eat ochazuke often, then this would be
O.
Yes.
Ochazuke o yoku tabe.
It's not as difficult as you think it is. It's just
taberu?
Yeah, tabemasu. Yeah.
Tabemasu. Okay, tabemasu. Nihon. In Japan.
So isn't it? Hi.
Nihonde?
Nihonde. Yes.
Nihon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the sentence all around the right way.
Which I haven't done. Hang on a second.
Would it start with in Japan? No.
Actually, as this is an object here, ochazuke, and this is a location. These can go in either location. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ochazuke or Nihonde yoku tabemasu. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Good. In fact,
Is it passive?
it is, but that's today's new lesson, so we're going to do that today.
Okay.
Yeah. Jill, with my old phone, it was easy to take a photo.
Okay, so phone is denwa.
Let's use keitai for mobile.
Keitai, okay.
Yeah.
Old.
So old is furui.
Furui. Furui keitai. O.
So this is going to be with. So which particle do you think we should use here? It's kind of by way of.
Ni.
Could have been. So how do you say, for example, I go to work by bus or with a bus? What do you use to mark bus as being the method of transport?
I think I don't remember exactly.
So it's,
I don't remember. Probably day, but
it's exactly it's there.
Okay.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. By chance. Okay, furui keitai day. Take a photo. It's maybe there's a verb for take a photo.
So photo is shashin, and then take. So for example, in English, the word take can mean lots of different things. It can mean take a pill, take a photo, take somebody's wallet, take a break. It's got so many different meanings. In Japanese, it's also the same. It's toru. These toru can be used for all of these different situations.
Okay.
This is toru.
You wouldn't say motikte?
No. If you take something somewhere, then this is moteiku.
Okay, but not sashin motikte.
No. It's toru.
I think that one was in Japan. Okay.
So furui keitai de sashin toriyasui.
Yes. This is in the past though.
Toriyasui yasui deshita.
No, remember it's an e adjective, so we.
Yeah, of course. Toriyasui kata. Des.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And then this can be here.
Don't we need a particle?
Yeah, I was just going to say this can be actually. This can be shashin or. It can also be shashin ga. In this case. In fact, all of these. Is my internet okay? Because some of you are frozen. Can you all hear me? Okay. Yeah. So all of these, in fact, have got opportunities to have the particle changed. So and the way to check that is ask yourself, how do you make the sentence without the intensifier? So for example, this first one here, Polish is difficult to say. The sentence without the intensifier is to speak Polish. To speak Polish. So this would be Polandogo de hanasu. Okay. So you can also do this with the intensifier. Polandogo de hanashi yasui desu. Oh, this would be hanashi nikui desu, by the way. Hanashi nikui desu. You can use either Polango wa, Polango ga, Polango de. Let's look at this one as well.
Wouldn't this just change it a little slightly?
Apparently not. No.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to literally change, if you literally want to translate the sentence, the difference between these two is Polish is difficult to speak, and this one is it is difficult to speak in Polish.
By the way of Polish, I would translate it. But
we would say in Polish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I see.
It's the same with Belgium being easy to get to. If you strip away the intensifier and just say go to Belgium, Belgi ni ikimasu. The particle here is ni. So we can again make this sentence as Belgi ni iki yasui desu. This is also perfectly fine. This is to wash one's feet. Ashi or. arao. So this can also be ashi o arai nikui desu. Nikui desu. Both are fine. Doesn't matter which one you use. The meaning is the same. The literal translation, as I said, is very slightly different, but the meaning is basically the same.
This was kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Actually.
Andy, can I ask a quick question? Just going back to that, to take toru.
Yeah.
What is that toru then? If motikte is to physically take something, what's toru?
So let me start with the first bit of what you said. Moteiku means to take something along with you, which means to carry.
Oh.
So although in English we use the word take it with us.
Yeah.
That taking action in English means to pick up.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean to carry it along with you. But I mean, we use it in that way, of course we do. But the action of picking something up or taking a photograph, swallowing a pill, taking a rest, these all use the word take, don't they?
Yeah.
Take a pill, take a rest, take a hike.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't literally picking something up, which is the normal meaning of take. But in Japanese, this toru is equally versatile in that the word for taking a pill, you can use nomu, you can use toru. To take a photograph, this is also toru. To take something from somewhere, this is also toru. In some cases, the kanji is different though. Let me just...
May I say something, idea?
It depends if it's still on the subject or if you're changing the subject.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
You can, I think you can have a photograph like this if you have it in hand.
Yeah.
Sasin o motsu. Or motteiru.
But that means hold, not take.
Yeah, of course, not. Meaning is different. Sounds same.
I think we're talking about different take. Take a photograph means to take a photograph. Yeah.
You create it.
This is what we mean by take a photograph.
Yeah.
This is toru.
Okay. It's only I asked that because when I was in Japan when I was 21, I think I was saying sashin motikte kudasai. So
this means to actually pick up a photograph and carry it away with you.
So all that time going up to strangers asking if I could take their picture, they were like, "No, it's in my wallet."
Gilles, go ahead.
In Aikido, we have uke and tori. Is tori the same?
I think so. To take. Let's have a quick look.
Because in Aikido, we take our partners. Yeah. Tori and uke. And I don't know.
Let me have a quick look. Yes, it also means just it's literally the character meaning to take this way. Yeah.
Torikaeshi is taking.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. This is the same. There are some different torus. Hang on a second. But these are indicated by the kanji. For example, to understand something, we also use the word. There's a toru to mean to comprehend, but this is written with a different kanji. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Gilles and Luke. Luke, did you do one already? You've done one already, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Ramon, are you there, Ramon? I can see the ceiling. Nice LED spotlight.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I think. Did you do this one last week?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do. Kyoto buses are easy to get on.
Okay, so to get on is noru.
Noru, exactly.
Or noru. So. Kyoto no basu ni noriyasui desu.
Very good. Yes. Excellent. So in this case as well, we could use a different particle here, couldn't we? what would we use here, Ramon?
Ga.
Yes, exactly. Kyoto no basu ga noriyasui desu. Both of these are fine. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Well done.
Andy,
Yeah.
a quick question on,
Sure.
because I would probably still default to wa there, because in my mind I'm thinking about Kyoto buses. They're absolutely the strong topic here. So by saying ga, am I sort of saying I find it easy to get on Kyoto buses?
Not necessarily. If you use wa, this can have two different influences on the sentence. It can sound like you're comparing Kyoto buses to other buses. So it's like saying, as for Kyoto buses, they are easy to get on. Yeah. If you use ga though, this is focusing purely on Kyoto buses. It's not comparing them to anything else. It's just saying, oh, Kyoto buses are easy to get on, aren't they? Yeah.
Okay. Right. So that helps.
Couldn't we say it's highlights what's comes after?
Yes.
To get on it.
Getting on
that's the easy part.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I have to say that what's her name? Miku, the YouTube video by Miku Sensei on wa and ga explains this difference between the two much better than I can. So I really, if you're not sure about wa or ga, I really recommend watching that video.
I'll watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. Luke and Yanis, let's do a sound check.
Now?
Oh, that's better. Hey, welcome. How about this one here? It is not easy to swim in the Dead Sea.
Okay. Dead Sea.
Actually, the Dead Sea has a word. It's shikai. Shikai.
Shikai de.
Good.
It is not easy. It's oyogu.
Good. Oyogu.
It's not easy.
So we have to do something with oyogu, though, don't we, Yanis?
Yes. Okay. I try to find the rest one. It is okay. It's oyoyasu.
So oyogu has to be turned into the mass form of the verb first.
It's oyogimasu.
Yep, good.
Oyogiyasu kata desu.
No, that's the past form. It was easy, but this is not easy.
Oyogiyasu. Oyogiyasu. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oyogiyasu nai. No.
So remember what's the negative of an e adjective? How do we make the negative? What do we put at the end? Do you remember? It has nai in it, but it's not just nai.
Stop my mind now.
That's okay. It's kunai. Kunai.
Oyogiyasu kunai desu.
Very good. Okay, good. Cool.
Andy, why in this case, because I think was it maybe John asked earlier about this sort of thing about saying a sort of negative. Why are we saying it isn't easy? Why aren't we saying it is difficult? Or
purely, this is just an exercise.
Okay.
In real life, we would say it's easy rather than saying it's not difficult, unless you wanted to emphasize that something is not difficult. For example, if somebody says, is this difficult to do? It's probably better to respond with, it is not difficult to do, rather than saying it's easy.
Right.
Unless you really want to stress that it's easy. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, for example, let me just move that over there a second. There's a kind of scale, isn't there, of easiness. There's difficult, and then there's like not difficult, and then there's easy, right? Would you agree? That's kind of how That's the difficulty scale.
Is there not a not easy before easy?
Oh, I suppose so. But I guess that's kind of in the sort of realm as not difficult and not easy.
Yeah.
I think I would have put not easy before not difficult. I think I would have gone
easy.
difficult, not easy, not difficult, easy.
That's a point. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if that works for us. Hang on. Sorry, I've just not easy, not difficult.
Semi-difficult. Extremely difficult.
Uber difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this you can kind of add a little bit of moderation here.
Okay.
If we say it is not that difficult, we say money.
Yeah, so there's a few ways of modifying that as well. Let's make a model sentence though. Let's start with sushi. Let's make something a bit more complex. Let's say raw fish, namazakana. Namazakana wa ga tabeyasui desu. And then if you want to say it's not very easy, it's not say it's not easy. Let's copy and paste this. So we'll turn this into yasukunai desu. Now it's not easy to eat raw fish. It's not very. It's not so difficult to eat raw fish. Would be, as Tachi said, amari. You can put amari. This is kind of modifier. Amari tabeyasu kunai desu. You can really only use amari if there's a negative here, either as kunai or dewa arimasen for na adjectives. If you want to kind of say it's not so difficult rather than it's not that difficult, then you can say nama zakana ga, and then this word so difficult, you'd say son na ni tabe yasukunai desu. It's not as difficult. It's not so difficult, like saying it's not so difficult as that.
And easy?
So for easy, you only have amari. So if you want to say it's not so easy, then this is tabeyasukunai. If you want to amplify easy, then you can just use amplifiers like totemo, taihen, mecha, cho, tokuni.
Would I have heard, let's say, like sensei say about a technique, sonna kunai, like saying it's not that difficult?
Yeah. So, for example, if you wanted to say "my" is not so difficult, then you say "my waza," "my wa," "sonna ni." Either muzukashikunai desu, or you can use these intensifiers as we've learned today. Yari nikukunai desu, or shi. Yari is normal. Yari nikukunai desu.
Yeah. I think that's been said to me when I've overcomplicated.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
It sounds. Yeah. That's like something that's been said to me. So yeah,
Andy, okay.
Why is easier than making the sentence.
This is true.
That's the truth. Yeah. This technique is easier than the sentence telling you this technique is easier.
It's not easier said than done, right?
Nihongo.
How would you say that? Japanese language is not easier done than said. Or,
Okay, any other questions, guys, before we move on to today's new subject? Okay, so today's new subject is, I should say, complex. It's complex. So you need to make notes as we're doing it. and I'll try to explain it slowly and carefully. If you get lost along the way, then just say, I don't understand, can you explain? Okay, because this, of course, I'm teaching this in English, and I'm going to be using English grammar, and I'm not an expert in English grammar either. So if it's not clear, then just say, I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Ah, there we go. Good practice. Yeah, it's a good start. Oh, hang on.
Could you explain in Dutch?
But anyway, we were the guinea pigs for this subject months ago, so
Exactly.
we suffered more.
Exactly. Yeah. It was about 6 months ago now. Can you believe we're coming up for 50 weeks?
Oh my God.
Oh. Hello, Twyla. Hiya. Okay, so today is investigating the passive form. This is kind of good news, guys, because it means you've learnt the most important parts of Japanese grammar already. This is now getting on to different ways of speaking, saying the same thing, but in a different way. So, for example, you could say, you killed Kenny, or you could say, Kenny was killed by you. This is the difference. Let's understand the difference. So the passive form is used to express that something, a verb, was done to something or someone, which is the subject, by something or someone. In this case, we'll call them the agent or the agency. So in this sentence here, for example, give me a second, guys. In this sentence here, something killed, that's the verb, was done to someone or something, Kenny, by something or someone, you. So you are the agent, Kenny is the subject, and being killed is the verb. Okay. Now, why do we do this? Well, if I say you killed Kenny, then it puts the focus on you as the person that's doing it. But I might want to put the focus on Kenny. He's the victim of this. If I want to put the focus on him, I say that he was killed by you. And this is used in Japanese a lot, just the same as it's used in English and probably other languages a lot as well. For example, you could say Wayne ate my sushi, or my sushi was eaten by Wayne. So in this slide, the blue text is the active voice and the yellow text is the passive voice. Okay. So using the sentence structure from above to change this, in the active voice, Wayne-san wa, Wayne-san ga watashi no sushi o tabemashita. This is the usual sentence structure for the active voice, the usual way we speak. But the passive voice, we would say Wayne-san ni, he becomes the person who's affected, the subject of it. Watashi no sushi, the affected person is, yeah, he's the affected person, ni. Watashi no sushi ga, and then, no, what am I talking about? Wayne-san is the agency, he's the agent. Watashi no sushi ga, that's the subject, and then we have to turn the verb also into the passive form, which we'll look at in a second. But the sentence structure is, for the time being, what you have to focus on. If you don't know this, then I would suggest writing it down now. I'm just going to grab some water while you're writing.
You just shine the light on my troubles with search engine optimization, giving me a hard time with passive voice.
Any questions so far?
No question, but you just shine the sunlight on my troubles with search engine optimization. It was always giving me a hard time about using too much passive voice.
Ah, right.
What is that?
Yes. Yeah, so you can use the passive voice to make in an active structure to soften your, to make your sentence more polite. But Google Translate doesn't understand this. Yeah. Yeah, so here's, sorry, I should have put this up first, really. The agency is marked with ni, the object is marked with ga, and then the verb has to be in the passive form. And this is how we transform the verbs. I'll just wait for you to stop writing. Are you still there, Ramon? Your screen is frozen. Oh, it's moving now. Here is how we transform verbs into the passive form. For the group 1 verbs, we first turn the dictionary form of the verb into the plain negative form, ikanai. That's why we've spent so much time practicing the plain negative. And then we take the stem, ika, and put reru on the end, ikareru. I would write this down. This is your model example. Hey, let's make sure we understand this. So I'm going to ask each of you to change a group 1 verb into the passive form while we're focusing on it. So Effie, would you like to go first? Let's do to write.
Kiku?
Kaku.
Kaku, yeah. Kaku, then we do kakaranai, kakarareru, kakarareru.
Exactly, yeah. Kakareru, ne?
Kakareru, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good. And John, how about toru, to take?
Torareru.
Excellent, good. Torareru. Tachi, how about to hold?
Motsu?
Good.
Tsu. I don't know how to turn tsu.
So on the hiragana level, there's tsu, and then if you jump up to the very top, you get ta, don't you?
Mo. Moareru?
No, motta. So motta is going to be the plain negative stem. And then we need reru at the end.
Mottanai, mottareru.
Mottareru, yes, good. Yari, how about to read?
Yomu.
Yeah.
Yomareru.
Yes, good. Yomareru, good. Tobe, to be killed.
To be killed, korosu?
Yep.
Korasareru?
Yes, good. Korasareru. Korosareru, ne?
Korosareru.
Yes,
Hi.
good. Korosareru. Zandy? Let's do to call out to somebody. This is one of the magic 9, by the way.
I don't know. I can't.
This is yobu.
Yobu. Yobu. So so is it your banai?
Your banai, good.
So that becomes your bareru.
Just your bareru.
Your bareru. I added an extra.
Yeah. You did, yeah. Okay. Gilles, how about to talk, to speak?
Anasu.
Yep.
Anasareru.
Very good. Anasareru. Excellent. Luke?
Andy,
yeah.
Sorry, can I ask a quick question? Because I've answered it, but I didn't really know what I was doing. Just so because you did say, please ask, because it's all about grammar. The passive. So what? If I'm saying your bareru, what am I actually saying?
I was called. I will be called. Not I call, but somebody will call me. I will be called.
Okay. So your boo is I call. I will be called. Okay. Right.
I mean, everybody, can you remember the verbs you were given? So, Effie, what was yours again?
Kaku, to write.
So, to put this into the passive form in English, this means it was written. It will be written. Yeah, exactly. Tachi?
It's motsu.
Motsu?
Motareru.
Motareru. So this would mean
being held.
Yeah, it is being held. Yeah. John, yours was
Toru, so torareru, and it was taken or will be taken.
Yeah, exactly. It will be taken. It was taken. Yari?
Yomu, yomareru.
So this would mean
have read.
Yeah, it will be read. It will be read. The book will be read. Yeah. Tobe?
Korosu, korosareru.
Yeah.
It will be killed.
Yeah, exactly. It will be killed. Yeah.
Should it be masta if it had happened?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, korosaremashita. Yeah, exactly. Who are we on? Shil, you did yours, didn't you? Hanasareru. Luke, how about to wait?
Matsu is matareru.
Yes, matareru. Yes, how about to I've run out of kanjis. To stand.
Stand in tatsu.
Tatsu.
Tatsu. Tatarareru.
There's an extra ra there that you don't need.
Tatareru.
Yes, good. Excellent. Tatareru. Yes, good.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
With motsu and matsu, in the passive form, are we still using double T or one T?
What's it? Double T. No, sorry.
Change to ta, one T.
Yeah, it's what. Hang on a second. Ikanai, motanai. Motanai. Yeah, sorry, it's one T.
One T.
Yeah.
You just change the U at the end.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Konstantina.
Arau, walking.
To pour.
Sosogu.
Sosogu.
Sosogarareru.
It's too many ras.
Sosogu, sosogareru.
Yes, good, exactly. And Ramon, you've gone, Ramon. Are you there? Who is Ramon? I was going to see whether or not his video has just stopped. Give me a second, guys. Yeah. Can you hear us, Ramon? Ramon, I can see you, but can you hear us? Can you hear me? I think he's having internet problems. Okay. Okay, so that's not too hard, I hope. Let's go on to group 2. These are easy to remember how to do, but you need much more pliant tongue to do it. There's lots of around.
Yes.
Ah, okay, there, Ramon. Ramon, would you like to, for group 1, would you like to do to cut? To cut.
Cut is kiru. Kiranai, kirareru.
Yes, good. Kirareru. Excellent. Okay, group 2 verbs. So we take the ru suffix off, as we do with all group 2 verbs, and we put rareru on the end. That's it. That's the rule. Remove the ru, add rareru.
I have another question.
Oh.
If it's most of these words, they can be done to something, but I couldn't understand what ikareru means.
Ikareru. Probably nothing, because it's an intransitive verb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ikareru. If something was taken somewhere, but you normally you'd say torare mashita or something. But there isn't really a there isn't an easy passive sentence to make using iku. You can only just use it.
Hard to use it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually used to politely ask somebody, will you go? So if you say to your teacher, will you go to Tokyo, then it would be fine to say, Tokyo ni ikaremasu ka? Yeah. So those of you that are observant, you'll see that the way of changing the group 2 verbs into the passive is gives you the exact same word as the potential form. So I can eat and it is eaten are both the same word. These are both taberareru. And you'll have to know from the rest of the sentence whether this means the potential form or if it means the passive form. There's ways of telling. And finally, group 3 verbs. I'm afraid you just have to memorize these. Suru becomes sareru and kuru becomes korareru.
So passive is made by monkeys if it's something doing.
Yes. Exactly, yeah. This is basically
very easy to remember.
Yeah.
Is it possible to make a verb with both passive and potential form?
No, I don't think so, but it wouldn't really make much sense to say something was something. If you want to say something was made able to do something, then you have to make make into the passive form. I mean, try and imagine a sentence where you, in English, where you actually say the passive and the potential at the same time. And the sentence makes sense.
But it's easy
in Turkish, but it doesn't make sense to you.
Yeah,
because you do long potential, kotoka dekimasu to the end, then yeah. you can make it, but it's not.
I mean, I sincerely can't think of a way of in one word with one verb combining the potential and the passive together for it to be meaningful though. So for example, I am able to read. How do I turn this into the passive? Anybody? In English, I mean.
To be able to read?
Yeah, if I say I can read, how do I turn this sentence I can read into the passive form? in English?
The book is able to be read?
Ah, okay. The book was able to be read. Yomeraremashita. Okay, this works for group 1.
The
What
book
about
is
group 2?
readable.
I'm even struggling in English about a go-to potential sentence.
This just means able to be able to.
So,
And
like,
and passive
maybe.
sentence, a go-to, like.
I read? No.
Kenny could be killed by you. Is
Yeah.
that, you know.
Kenny was killed by you. Exactly. This is your go-to passive sentence.
Oh.
And if we wanted to make it potential, if I understand potential right, I don't know, I do. Is it Kenny could be killed by you? Is that you have Kenny has the potential to be killed by
okay. Okay. Right. Kenny could be killed by you. In that case, I don't think you would combine the verb. You would do a double conjugation of the verb. I think what you would do in this case, let me just quickly put this on the screen.
Andy, I've just got to go, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and log back in on my phone so I can listen along, okay?
Okay. By all means, try and watch this afterwards as well on YouTube, Andy, because it's
because I'm definitely
difficult. Yeah. It's a difficult subject. It's a difficult subject.
Thanks. I'll
okay.
in again. One sec.
Sure. Kenny could be killed by you.
And Kenny was able to kill by anyone.
And Kenny, okay. Well, let's use by you for the time being. Otherwise, we end up with very large sentences.
And what exactly do you mean by this sentence? Is Kenny already killed?
No, there's the potential for it to happen.
Yeah,
it could happen. Yeah,
because Kenny could be killed by you. Then this could mean that Kenny is already dead.
We're all participating in some strange murder mystery.
Yeah, it's like.
Kenny has potential.
It's this.
To be killed.
This is how you'd say it. Kenny ga anata ni korosareru kanosei ga arimasu, which means there is the possibility that Kenny is killed by you. I don't think you would do. Sorry, I don't think you would. Oh, hang on. Give me a second, guys, because Andy's trying to get back in again. Oh, he's back. Okay. I don't think you would say. Come on. Kenny ga anata ni korosereru. I don't think you'd say this. Korosereru. In fact, I think this actually means something else.
Korosareru.
No. This is supposed to be the potential first,
okay.
And then the passive.
Yeah.
There are some words coming to my mind in Turkish. For example, wearing or eating. That is for a cloth is something you wear, and then someone can wear it. And how do you say it at the same time? I don't know if it's possible in Turkish, but I don't know how to do it in English. If it's possible.
So, for example, these shoes can be worn in the rain. This kind of sentence.
Wearable.
Oh, these shoes are wearable in the rain. This kind of idea.
Or can be wearable.
So wearable is already the potential. If I change this to can be wearable, then this is saying the potential is repeating the potential.
There is no passive here.
Shoes are worn is passive. I wear the shoes are worn. So this is already, this sentence itself is in the passive voice. Yeah.
May I try that Kenny case, that dying? Kenny ga koro sare mas kotoka dekimasu.
Yeah, but again, this kind of just sounds funny. This is now putting the passive first and then turning it into the potential, but that's not the meaning of the sentence. Yeah. Anyway, let's move off this, guys, because the chance of you doubling up is almost so close to zero. It makes no difference, really.
We all love Kenny. We don't want him.
Yeah, I can see clearly. Nobody wants Kenny
You
dead.
can't play Cluedo in Japanese. That's
10分で行かなければなりません。
One more time, Tobe.
10分で行かなければなりません。
10分で。
10分で。はい。
はい。あ、そうですか。わかりました。じゃあ、急ぎましょう。Okay, so we've done group 1, group 2, group 3. Now, remember, guys, that because this is the passive voice, this is usually going to be reporting about something that happened. So often this sentence will be in the past tense. In fact, I think most of my examples are in the past tense. And you can also use passive verbs in a standard sentence structure to create politeness. So it creates an indirectness. Like I said before, you could say to your teacher, will you go to Tokyo tomorrow? You can say in the normal way, Tokyo ni ikimasu ka? Or you could say Tokyo ni ikaremasu ka to make it a little bit more indirect and polite. Okay, sensei ga ashita Tokyo ni ikarimasu ka? Okay, so how do we make this sentence, Kenny was killed by you, in the passive voice? I'm going to ask somebody from the ASAHI class. Gilles, how would you say Kenny was killed by you?
So I start by Anata ni.
Good.
Kenny-san ga.
Yes.
And killed, it's korosareru.
Yes, good. And then in the past tense?
Deshita.
Korosare.
Korosareru. Korosaremashita.
Mashita, exactly, yeah. Good. Sheila, can you say the whole sentence one more time, please?
Yes. あなたに、ケニーさんが殺されました。
Very good. Everybody, can you all say this together now? So you've got it in your head as a model sentence. Kenny, あなたにケニーさんが殺されました。
あなたにケニーさんが殺されました。
Okay, good.
Oh my god.
You bastard. Okay, so knowing that group 2 verbs can also, sorry, the group 2 passive verb is the same as the potential form, how could you tell the difference between saying, I can eat sushi and the sushi was eaten by me? Well, this is both, let's look at this little square here. So I could eat the sushi, I can eat sushi, and the sushi was eaten by me. So they both use taberaremasu, both use taberaremasu. But you can see that just by changing this particle here, changing it from watashi wa, this means I can eat sushi, to watashi ni sushi ga taberaremashita, changes the sentence from I could eat the sushi to the sushi was eaten by me, just by that magic particle. John, is that your confused face or your
Yeah, it's my confused face. I'm just trying to think, because for me, the first one, I could eat the sushi, but I didn't, is kind of the way I could have eaten the sushi, but I didn't.
Oh, no. This means I was able to eat the sushi.
I was able to eat the sushi.
Yeah. Any questions, guys? This is the end of the coaching part of this subject.
Is it possible to change the position of agency and object?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. For example, in this second one here, this could be sushi ga watashi ni taberaremashita.
Is it also okay without agent? because if you don't know who ate it. So
exactly, yeah.
Sushi ga taberaremashita.
Yeah, exactly. You say Kenny ga korosaremashita. Kenny was killed. Yeah, exactly. Any other questions, guys?
Let's keep it simple.
Exactly. I mean, passives are already very difficult. So let's not make it any more complicated.
I think we did the same, but with the, I don't know if you have done it with this group, the conditional, not the conditional. To make me do something.
The causative.
The causative.
That's next.
Okay.
That's next subject. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Which again is extremely complex. So let's not make it more difficult than it is. Yeah. Here we go. Some nice, easy examples. Effie, you're at the top, I'm afraid. I'm not afraid. You shouldn't have any problems with this, I'm sure. Let's create a model sentence, shall we?
Wait, because we had this thing with the chief, department chief and stuff. What do we use now?
So for department chief, let's call him Kacho.
Kacho, okay.
Yeah.
So, nomimono no biru?
Yes, use Japanese. Should we kaike?
Okay.
Bit is fine. Bit is fine. If we can biru, it's also fine. Yeah.
Okay. Nomimono no kaike ga.
Good.
Kacho. Kacho. How do you call this? Sato. Okay. Sato Kacho san.
No, Kacho is already on a
Kacho is already okay. Sato Kacho ni.
Good.
Kindly, can I say yasashiku or is it?
Yeah, that's the right way to use yasashi. Yeah.
Okay. So yasashiku haraware mashita.
You got it right.
One way.
I've forgotten already. Hang on. Go back to the slides again.
Harawanai.
Ikana. So we just put reru at the end, right?
Reru. So not ra. Haraware mashita.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Haraware mashita. Yeah, this was probably the hardest one of the group of the entire verb set to start with. Okay, so guys, let's look at this. Let's put the particles in caps. Ni. There we go. There's the subject, nomimono no kaike. There's the agency, sato kacho ni. That's just an adverb. And then here's the passive verb, harawaremashita. Good, Effie. Okay. Tachi. What? Me? This one here. That letter over there was written by Frank last year.
その手紙が
Good.
フランクに
We've also got last year as well there, Tachi.
Last year. 来年
So Rainen is next year. Last year is, do you remember?
Yeah,
it's good. It's either kyonen or you can say sakunen is also fine as well.
Sakunen de?
You can just leave this as it is, just say kyonen or sakunen. Yeah.
Actually, it would be nice at the beginning. But anyway. Okay, notes. Verb 1, right? Group 1.
Correct, yes.
Kakareru rarimashita.
Yeah, kakaremashita.
Kakaremashita.
Yeah.
Hi.
So actually, this positioning of kyonen is good here, because if you put kyonen at the beginning, it sounds like a letter that was there last year, but it's not there now. Yeah, so you want to mark sonotagami, that letter over there, was last year written by Frank.
Hi.
Tobe, as you're leaving, I'll get you to do the next one. You can have this nice, easy one.
Okay.
Go with the bang, not the win.
So quinoa. And then we have sarariman.
Sarariman. Sararimasen. Sarariman.
Hi. Sarariman. Ni.
Yeah.
Puree. This rudely.
Yeah, I think, but I mean,
or
one
harshly.
I was thinking shitsure ni.
Okay.
Ni, yeah.
Shitsure ni. Densha ga.
No, it's you, isn't it? You were pushed.
Right.
Densha ga.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Ni watashi ga.
Yeah. So we don't need watashi ga here because it's obvious. But how do we mark densha?
Densha o. Densha ni.
Densha ni, yeah.
Densha ni. Yeah. Osu.
Osu.
Oshimasu.
So how about you use some of that compound verb expertise?
Yeah. Let's see. Osareru. Osarerimasu.
I was thinking of a compound verb to mean to push in.
Push in. Oshikomu.
Oshikomu. And then we can turn this into the passive voice.
Oshikomaremasu. Oshikomareru.
Yeah, you've got it right, but in the right tense. Though.
Mashita.
Okay. 昨日はサラリーマンに失礼に電車に押し込まれました。Yeah, good. I know it's got lots. I know it has lots of knees. Yes. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Okay.
If the particle is correct, then you use it.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So, I really need to go now.
Sure.
Though.
Thanks, Toby. See you soon.
Thank you. お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。またね。
またね。
Go ahead, Luke.
Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't in this sentence the densha ni already an indication of a direction into?
That's right. So that's why we're using densha ni, because we don't have it currently.
The oshikomo.
Yeah.
Oshu, that's from oshu. Osu from
yeah.
push, and
komu to push in, to force in. Oshikomi. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So we've only just done, like 4 weeks ago in the advanced group, we've done compound verbs, and this is just an example of compound verb. You already know quite a lot. Fumikomi, kiriroshi, nukitsuke, these are all compound verbs. Yeah. John, the football match was skillfully won by Brazil.
Football shiai ga.
Football shiai ga.
Jozu ni. Is katsu the verb for what's with? Yeah. So jozu ni.
We need Brazil in there as well.
Oh yeah. We'll get there eventually.
Just helping.
Yeah. Jozu. So katsu, and I want to make this. I'm getting a bit lost. So
let me just make a little space for Brazil. Katsu. Okay. Next step.
Brazil.
So Brazil is burajiru.
Burajiru.
And what would be the particle?
So they are the agent. So they're getting ga.
No.
So no, ni. They're getting
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And katsu and is that katareu mashita?
Oh, well done. Good. Fushi ga jouzu ni Brazil ni kataremashita. Very good. Excellent. Yari. Anne was called yesterday early in the morning by the police.
Kino no asa ni Anne
or Anne.
Anne ga
Yep.
Keisetsu ni yobaremashita.
Yobaremashita. Good. So we got early in the morning. We could say, to say early in the morning, there's a kind of term for this. We put haya in front of asa. Hayasa. Early morning. Yeah.
Compounding again words.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Gilles, this maths book is actually not going to do this one. This one is really difficult. We'll come back to that one later. His leg was cut by the student next to him yesterday with a sword. Useful for knowing this in squad training.
So, Kino his leg. So, so I start with his leg. So it's Kareno Ashi. Ni. Ga, sorry.
Ga, exactly.
Ga, sorry.
Exactly.
Student is Gakusei.
So for a Budo student, probably something like Deshi or Seido.
Oh, no, okay. Deshi ni next to him.
So this is actually a compound. It's the student next to him.
So it's one word.
Do you know the word next to?
No, I don't know.
This is tonari.
Tonari.
Yeah, and then
so tonari deshi, torennu deshi ni.
No deshi. Yeah, exactly.
So cat shinken de.
Yeah, good. Shinken de. Good.
And cat it's kiru.
Kiru.
So kirimashita.
One more time, Gilles.
Kiku, so it's
kiru.
Kiru, so kirimashita.
So first make the plain negative. So kira.
Kiranai.
Yeah. So we remove the nai. And
then kiraremashita.
Yes, good. Kiraremashita. Excellent. Well done. Kino kara no ashi ga tonari no deshi ni shinken de kiraremashita. Really good. Excellent. Luke. My wallet was taken by a thief last month in the middle of town.
Is deshi same than senpai or?
One more time.
The deshi.
Deshi just means student.
Student.
Or pupil. Yeah. Luke, my wallet was taken by a thief last month in the middle of town.
Sengetsu watashi no saifu ga a thief, I don't know.
This is dorobo.
Double O? No, dorobo. Thief. 先月私の財布が泥棒に
Good.
街の真ん中
Very good.
No idea.
Very good. Machi no manaka.
持ってれば持ってれました
Just before we get to the
Motsu?
what's the particle after machi no manaka?
Ni.
This is something that's happening at a place.
De.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then for taken, we again use the verb toru.
Toru. 取られました
Very good. Toraremashita. For steal, there's also it also has its own verb, which is nusumu. Nusumu. You might have heard in Budo this term nusumi ashi. Anybody heard this before? Nusumi ashi. It means kind of it's a step you make without making it obvious. It's kind of hidden step to give you some proximity to your opponent without them seeing it. So it's like a stolen step, nusumiashi. So if we was to use nusumu instead, Luke, how would we turn that into the passive?
Nusumaremashita.
Very good. Nusumaremashita. Excellent. Well done. Good. Yanis, the last piece was eaten by Andy, even though I've never eaten tempura before. It sounds exactly like the sort of thing that I would do. If I knew that you'd never eaten tempura before, I would steal the last piece. Because I'm a bastard.
Okay. Andy-san ni Andy-san.
Oh, sorry, ni. Oh, hang on, my Zoom thing is locked. Just a second. How many more of you there? 2 of you, right? Okay, let's.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Andy-san ni last piece.
So how do you say last? Do you know this word? Okay, Yeri, go ahead.
Saigo no.
Saigo no.
Saigo no.
And then piece. Well, we can just use something like bun. Bun. This means part. Saigo no bun.
Okay, Saigo no bun ga.
Good.
Taberare. It's taberare master.
Very good. Excellent. Well done.
Okay.
But, however, we also have this part before as well.
Yeah.
So we can put this at the beginning of the sentence to kind of give some background to the event. So, I have never eaten tempura before. How would you say this?
Tempura o.
Good.
Tempura o tabemasen deshita.
So this means that I didn't eat sushi, but do you remember how to make the experience to say, I have never eaten sushi, or I have eaten sushi before?
I don't remember this.
So let me ask somebody. I'm going to ask somebody.
I want to say daitai. Daitai tabemasen deshita.
No.
Okay, so just thought I'd chirp in whilst driving along.
Shut up. Shut up and drive. Yeah, I'm going to ask somebody from the junior group to have a go.
Okay.
Yeah. Tachi, go ahead.
Taberikoto arimasen?
Can you say again?
Taberu koto ga arimasen.
So we need to put the taberu into the past tense, don't we?
Tabeta.
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 Good.
Tabeta.
Arimasen.
Koto ga arimasen.
Ga arimasen. Good.
Kedo?
And then, yeah, so here we can put in some phrase which means even though. So Tachi, you said kedo, which is good. This works. You could also have noni, which means even though. Noni. So there's or even just ga is also
It's
fine.
more resentful.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though I've never eaten sushi. Excellent. Well done. Yanis, can you say that again, please? The whole sentence.
Okay. Tempura o tabeta koto ga arimasen ga anti san ni saigo no bun ga taberaremashita.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like the kind of thing that would happen. Thank you. Well done. Right, Constantina. I think you've got the same microwave as me, Constantina.
What do I have to say?
I think you have the same microwave oven as me.
Micro?
Yeah, the microwave oven behind you.
Yeah. I don't know. What is? I don't even know what market.
I'm sure it's a different one. Yours is in the UK, hers is in Italy.
I still don't understand this sentence. Okay, how about this one? If you don't lock it, the door will be opened by the strong wind. You get the easy ones, huh?
Yeah, no.
Yes,
but no. Okay, if you don't lock it, kage suru, no, kagi o suru is the lock.
Kagi o kakeru.
Kagi o
Kakeru.
kakeru. Okay. I remember the first part. Kagi o, if you don't, nakereba.
Kakenakereba.
Kakenakereba. If you don't lock the door. Door ga.
Good.
The wind is kaze.
Kaze, good.
Kaze ni.
But it's a strong wind.
Strong wind. No, it's something with chu. I don't remember.
Suyoi.
No, aga. Tsuyoi ni.
Tsuyoi kaze, ne?
Tsuyoi kaze ni. To be open. Akeru. Akeraremas.
Very good. Excellent. Kagi o kakanakareba. Do ga tsuyoi kaze ni keraremasu. Well done. And then finally, Ramon, let's do this one here. Actually, yeah, let's do this one here. The students were shown how to pour tea in the classroom by the Chado teacher. Sound test, Ramon. Are you there, Ramon? Il y a un problème avec l'internet. Oui. I think so. Okay. Ramon, if you come back, then give me a shout and we'll ask you to do this last one. Okay, guys, any questions about the passive form? Cool.
Can you make one negative example?
Yeah, of course. So let's do one here. Let's say the students were not shown. Let's do this one. So Chado no sensei ni gakusei ga cha no sosogikata. Hang on, I'm running out of available letters. Sosogikata o miseru is the verb to show. Miseraremasen deshita. Like this. which is a funny thing to say, really. It's like a non-event, isn't it? Oh, that's interesting. Interesting bit of news. They weren't shown how to pour tea. What were they shown? Okay, guys, would you like some homework?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to post right now. I'm going to post these. Where is it? All those examples onto this event that we're at now. And if you'd like to have a go at you can do them all if you want to, or you can just do the ones we haven't yet completed today. Some of them are extremely difficult. So if you want to have a try, that'll be good. Just post the answers on the event, and then everybody can have a go.
And if I remember correctly, sorry to interrupt, we said the geography teacher that with a bottle of wine there was a big mess, and we said we just don't do it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how people deal with it though.
Because I didn't even have a try. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be just interesting to see if anybody can come up with something. Yeah, I mean there is an answer to it, which makes sense.
Sorry, I was writing, I missed. What is the homework?
So I've posted all of these examples, including the ones we haven't completed, onto this event on Facebook, onto this today's ASAHI event. So if you'd like to try it and solve them, just write them on the post as well, and then I'll come back and try to mark them. Yeah. Guys, do you have another 10 minutes to do some hiragana?
Hey.
Cool. Did you all see this that I posted yesterday?
No.
So on the Facebook group, you can download either in PDF or on PowerPoint these blank sheets. So so far we've got a, ka, and also a completely blank one. I'm done not and actually we'll do that. We'll come back to those later. A, I, U, E, O. Very good. Right, so grab a pen and paper, guys.
Look, I just bought the pen.
Oh, nice. Which thickness is it?
It's the fine, because I bought even the notebook. I'm just waiting for the special notebook, and
cool.
I didn't want to buy the thick one because it will take more space. Fabrice is playing with his electronic cigarette on my.
That's actually assault in this country.
Yeah. No, it's electronic. It's just a.
Something is burning. Put out the fire.
After this lesson, it could be her husband. So those books, Konstantina, if the squares are actually quite small in these, can you not the page? Can you see? They're really small, so it's suitable for those pens. But if you want to really develop some nice writing, I recommend just using these sheets that I've done and getting one of these, which is what's called a fude pen, pen.
I
and
have it.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just said let's just start with this, so I can.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to mute myself for a second. I'll be back in a sec, guys, because I'm going to transfer over to my phone. If you've got anything bad you want to say about me to the group, you can do it right now.
I think Andy's beard is really long.
You're the one to talk with a goatee.
Yeah.
Let's just act like we're talking something and make faces.
I can hear you now.
Holy shit.
I can hear you now. I heard everything you said.
We just said how beautiful and competent and amazing you are.
Everything is also in in recording mode.
That's true. I'm gonna
You
go
can check later.
You guys are doomed.
You didn't do those.
No, these are the most one of the most basic fonts you can get actually. Yeah, quite true. Okay, so let's start with this one. I'm just going to turn on my other router because this is. So just to remember, the original kanji, which is used to make these hiragana, is yasui, meaning cheap or safe, made up of excuse me, made up of the character for woman under a roof, which is why it kind of means safe. That at a time when you had to protect your women from being carried off by other men, your wife was under a roof, then you were safe. Before we do this though, has anybody heard what the word is for a female ninja? You know what they're called? Anybody?
Shinobi?
Kunoichi. And this comes from the word for woman, which is made up of ku in hiragana, then no in katakana, and then ichi in kanji. Ku, no, ichi.
Isn't it onna?
Yes, it is. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's not worry too much about the kanji, but now just do the hiragana. We're starting from this quadrant here, slightly up to go across, and then starting on the center line, slightly curved to the left, and back to the center, stop. And then from this point here, down to the left diagonal, curve up, and then a strong horizontal stroke, and down and sweep. Slightly up to go across. The center line curves slightly to the left, and then come back to the center line, release, and here, down to the left, curves up, strong horizontal stroke, down. Non male, eh? Oh, bellissimo. The last one on the right is really nice. Yeah, the final one is really good. When you've done 2 or 3, guys, can you show me? And Zandy, I want you to show me yours as well. Nice, Yeti. Really nice. Good, Taki. The last one looks really good. And the first one. Nice, Luke. Really nice, John. Nice, Yanis. Good. Excellent. Really good. Oh, let's see yours again, I think. Sorry. Beautiful. First one's the best one, actually. The first and the second one. Yeah. Oh, you're muted at the moment.
Yeah, the second line. I'm just using the same paper like Tuesday.
Yeah. The second one is the second one especially is really good. Cool. Okay. Let's go on to E. So E comes from the kanji. I like this again. E comes from this kanji here, which is slightly complicated. It means more than or than. So, for example, ijo means anything above, or igai means outside, inai inside. So this i is used to mean than. The hiragana are a lot easier than the kanji, as you can see. But what we should try and do is use both sides of the square. We don't leave it lonely. So on the first one, we start here. Come slightly left, looking down, and in, and sweep. And with a feeling of continuing this movement up, come to the right side of the square, and then down to the right, and slight sweep. With a pen, you don't have to worry too much about the continuation, but it's nice to practice it anyway. In, slightly left, and then back to the right. Sweep. The right side of the sweep. Down to the right. Sweep. The muted, Constantine.
I said the E is very difficult.
Yeah, so your right side, your last one is good actually, but the right side line needs to be a little bit more to the right so that you use the space, the left-right space a bit more. Really nice, Lou. The last one was beautiful. Yeah, good. Good, Sophie. Yeah. Good, see, John. Nice, Yadi. Okay. Nice, Sophie. Last one is especially good. Guys, just one small point. If I could just point to the camera again at my hand. One of the slightly important things is that if I draw a line from the bottom of the first stroke across horizontally, you can see there's a space here. So, and also this one, I've done it very well on this one, but this is also slightly taller than the right one. You can see there's quite a large space in between as well. Okay, move on to the next one. Next one is u, comes from the character for space, like outer space. Again, is the same lid, or sorry, the same roof as we had on and then this funny character inside. So this first stroke on the hiragana represents the roof, and then this curl represents this part of the character here. So this first mark isn't just a dot. This is actually a line that starts here and comes down to the right slightly, and then sweep with a feeling of joining this part here. This is now a nice curly curve. And then bring to the center and sweep. So we have some space in here. This is rounded and it sweeps onto the center line. So again, from the upper part, slightly down to the right, sweep, pick up, around, and sweep to the center. Not my favorite hiragana, actually. It's beautiful, but it's backwards. That's better, Luke. Yeah, good. That's okay, Jude. I can see it. Actually, it's fine. Yeah, it's really nice. Effie, this is nice. But it looks very close to the katakana ra.
It's better.
Sorry?
Is this
That's
better?
better. Yeah, I think that's good to read. So the katakana for ra looks like this. You can see how it can be easily mistaken. Let me just turn this to it looks like
Katakana E we can do because we have made ukenagasi.
Yeah. this is ra.
A lot of more squared or something. It's very difficult, I find.
Yeah. So I think the best thing to do is give yourself some space. Let me write it here. Wait a second. This stroke is mostly coming across. And then give yourself a little bit of vertical space to come up and around and down like this.
So this is more round. It's not so, yeah, I had the impression that, yeah, the curve starts after. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can imagine this bit looking like the letter U in the Greek alphabet, just rotated slightly. That's a bit better. You can still go up a little bit more actually on that curl. So Effie, if I write this just with pen, for example, let me just scribble it in.
Well, I am using a calligraphy pen. It's just ending, how you say it, the ink is almost empty. So
oh, sure. Okay.
It's not very easy to manipulate, but still, I think it's difficult. Yeah.
Right. Sorry, Effie. So I'm also using a calligraphy pen, but this is much easier to control. This would just be written like this with a pen. So you can see it immediately, it goes up like this immediately. Using a brush like it does in the, like it does here, actually makes it more difficult because it looks like it goes down and then up, but it doesn't really. That's just where I'm placing the brush. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to F, guys. Okay, so F, this is the character for when we talk about keiko gi and dogi, the clothing, keiko gi. This is the gi from the clothing. And you can see it's quite complex. But again, with the hiragana, this is a lot simpler. And the first part is the same as u, this first part at the top. So again, we come up from here, come across and down to the right, release, and then start fairly far across the page and come slightly up as you come across. And stop. And then down to the left, in a straight line. Stop. And come back about halfway. And then from here, we're going to make an L basically. Down and across horizontally. And stop. slightly up, all right. Down horizontally, straight, up, back halfway. Look. Look. Nice, Luke. Really beautiful. Feel good. Yeah, really good. Beautiful, Constantina. Nice, Yanis. Really good. Excellent. Efi, good. Yeah. Wonderful. Tati, good. Yeah, really nice. John. Oh, you got a good attempt. Oh, nice. Excellent. Yeah, good. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to say something that you mustn't do. Please don't memorize this as what you must do. This is what you mustn't do. Don't do, I'll just write it in here. This is all fine. Don't then come up like we do with N. Okay, let this go flat at the end. This is flat. Okay, last one. Or. This is the or to mean to put or to place. Again, looks quite complex. Thankfully, the hiragana is much simpler. The first stroke is very similar to a, but we start slightly to the left of the center line. So in this case, I'm going to start in the middle of this quadrant here. And come across. Like that. And then also this vertical line is going to be slightly to the left of the middle line of the vertical line. So from here, and come straight down. And then a little hook up to the left and across with a strong horizontal sweep. So in, and then with the feeling of continuing this to here. And this one, I think. Really nice. Good. Consider your first, see your vertical line. Yeah, because it's on the middle of the square, it's making the right side of the curl a bit small. But if you just look at mine a second, I've started to the left of the vertical line. So I've got plenty of space to make this large curl here. I think. Yeah, good. Okay, so I also thought that I'm now being corrected, not by a proper shoulder teacher, but from what I've understood. I also used to do it like you do, Esther, which is to go like there, and then to do this circular. But I've been led to understand that this is actually a kind of angular hook here. So there's actually some stops there instead. It goes down, stop, up to the left, stop, and then over to the right in a curve. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's beautiful. Really nice. Yeah, good. Yelly? Yeah, good, Yelly. That's good. Really nice. Excellent. Yeah, the bottom right one is the best one. That's really good. No, that's better, Christina. Perfect. Really nice. Really nice.
It's the new pen, right? Because
yeah. It really does make a difference. Oh, once you get used to doing it with a brush, I mean, we're not going to spend lots of time writing with our hand, hiragana and katakana. But I do recommend also doing some practice with a ballpoint pen, just to get the feeling that you can express the same feeling with a brush as you can with a pen. So, for example, if I do O, it'll be really just put the screen a bit more. It'd be really easy with O to do something very lazy, like going 1, just to do this. And you can read it, you can see it's O. But the less emphasis I give, the more chance there is it can be mistaken for something else. So it's better to really try and express the same feeling with a brush as you do with a pen. So straight down, then stop, stop, curl, release, catch, finish. And then you can see how different those are. You can almost see the sweeping and the stopping. And that, I think, is the mark of a good, a well-written hiragana. When we do the katakana, these are much more linear and square and angular. So in those cases, these are all stops. So for example, A is straight there, catch, and then there's a little curl. But before the end of the character, they're kind of all just straight. But hiragana is supposed to be curvy and round and kind of fluid. So if we can show that with a pen, that's a good thing.
I like the fu, if you want to be fluent.
They're so difficult, I have to say. I find fu mind-bogglingly hard. Something like this.
Like.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Look. Sorry. Can you show me again? Oh, that's That's better than mine. That's good. Yeah. Good. Cool.
It's not so difficult if you see the lines between them.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Now you guys all have to do it with your left hand. That's because I've been doing it with my right hand. So.
I mean, John, I would write with your left hand, honestly.
Actually, I think I'm enjoying the challenge. Actually, it's.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, when I do try and do it with my left hand, I can tell that the strokes don't want me to go the way I'm going with my left hand.
Right. Because you can't. You're pushing instead of pulling, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So it's just not quite right.
Well, what I'd recommend, John, let's see if I can show you from my computer. There you go. Is don't write like this. Just a second. Don't use are you using a brush for the moment?
Yeah, I was trying with a brush today. Yeah.
So don't write like that. Don't write like this. But like this.
Yes. Okay.
So, and also just, it's really tempting to grab the bottom end of the pen and try and force it, but this makes the characters not really speak. It's better to hold it slightly further away and really use it like a paintbrush. And much easier to get pressure emphasized. And the brush then moves itself in the right way. Okay. Do much nicer characters if I actually hold the brush in what feels like a less controlled way, but that's what you want. The brush needs to paint itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, guys. Well done. Nice.
I did the O with the pen, with the ball pen. It looks like the skinny cousin, though.
Yeah, but that looks nice though. I can still see where you're emphasizing the stop and then the curve. If that's there, that's good. I mean, the pen will never look as nice as the brush. Well, I'm sure some of you could probably write better with a pen than I can with a brush. But all the same, if you can kind of express through the pen as well, then that makes it really nice. Easy to then go on to more fluid hiragana, so you can write quicker, like joined up writing. Okay, sorry, I've used up half an hour of your time. Sorry about that. Hi, minasan, arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Bye bye.